Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 24th, and the start of a new weekly reading vlog. So when I last left off my other vlog, I actually wrapped my other vlog up on Sunday because I knew I was just going to be reading more of Assassin's Quest and that there wouldn't be a ton more that I could say. So that's still the case. I was halfway through on Sunday. I'm now about more than 2/3 of the way through, maybe. I don't know. There's 250-ish pages left of Assassin's Quest. So definitely going to be finishing this up hopefully before too long, and we'll just continue to focus on this until I'm done. And then after that, I definitely want to get to A Reaper at the Gates before the month is out. I want to make sure the next one, A Sky Beyond the Storm, is it? Comes out on December 1st, so I definitely want to wrap up the third book in the Ember and the Ashes series when I get a chance, hopefully towards the end of November. So that's probably going to be the next audiobook I listen to. I also have Dune out on the library. So those are the two ebooks, or not ebooks, audiobooks. Those are the two audiobooks I have out from the library at the moment. So those will probably be the next two audiobooks I get to. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up another physical book this week. I'll have to see, because those are going to take a minute to get through. So I'll need to figure out what physical book I'm next in the mood for. I'll probably just pick a random fairy loot and just see what happens and see what I'm in the mood for. So I'll let you know what physical book I pick up next, or if I just decide to focus on the audiobooks. So yeah, I will check in later. And it is Saturday morning, late Saturday morning. I finished Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb yesterday. I finished it last night, and oh, it was so good. I love this one. This one's definitely my favorite in the series. The politics is just, it's definitely a lot more politics in this one. There's just like a lot more action happening. That said, as I've said every time I mention this series, it's still a very slow, character-driven series, and so keep that in mind if you want to get into this series. It's very slow and very character-driven, but there is definitely more politics and more stuff happening in this one as more stuff comes to a head. And by slow, I mean there's a lot of travel in this book, for example, so they kind of go through the daily life of them traveling. There are multiple times where different characters are injured, and you know, Robin Hobb actually takes the time to sit there in that moment and actually talk about the process of that character healing and the time that it takes for that character to heal. Like, she's not afraid to have that take some time in the book, and just stuff like that she takes the time to add in. So definitely, even in those more action-packed moments, still feels very slow, but there's still just a lot going on. That was just so much fun. I love the characters a ton. They're just super interesting. Fitz and the Fool are super interesting. Yeah, there's just so many interesting characters. There's some new characters introduced in this one as well that I really, really adore. And just yeah, the ending was just super interesting, and I'm very excited to get to the Life Ship Trader series. I'm hoping I can get to that relatively soon. There's still a ton that I would like to get to in the next couple of months, so we'll see. But I'm very excited to get to the Life Ship Trader series. So, and I had just been focusing on this, so there wasn't another audiobook or anything to update on. I had just been focusing on this for more than a week and a half. And so I am now turning to another physical book and another audiobook. So I am reading Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the October Fairy Loot book. Also, this is one of the most stunning books I own now, because I've got this gorgeous stuff on the front of the hardback, or on the front of the actual hardback cover embossed into it. They also have this stenciled edging, and they've got the black sprayed edging on the top and bottom. This stenciled edging is so stunning. I have the dust jacket off, but they have, you know, the front part of the dust jacket, and they also have this artwork on the back side of the dust jacket, and it's just stunning. So I really hope I like this book, because this book is so gorgeous. And it would be a shame to have such a gorgeous book and not like it and not be tempted to keep it, because I just don't want space on my shelves to be taken up by books I don't like. So I really, really hope I love this one. I just started literally the first chapter or two last night after I finished Assassin's Quest. So this one follows two twin sisters. I believe one is going to be killed and the other is going to try to get back at the people who killed her sister, and she's going to, I don't know if she like, works with kind of the dark gods or something to find those people and get revenge for her sister's murder or something. But I'm very excited. Yeah, I just didn't have another physical book on deck for this month. I do have Dune out at the library, so I know I need to get to that soon. But I didn't have another physical book, so I just like wanted to catch up on some of my fairy loots that I'm a bit behind on. The audiobook that I am currently listening to is actually A Reaper at the Gates by Saba Tahir. This is the third book in the Ember and the Ashes series, and I had checked it out at the library along with Dune, my hold for that finally came in. So those are going to be the next two audiobooks that I listen to, but the fourth book in the Ember and the Ashes series is about to come out on December 1st. So hopefully I can snag an audio copy from my library not too long after it comes out. But yeah, I have the third one checked out in the library because I need to catch up on that series before I hopefully can finish it by the end of the year. So that's my next audiobook, and then I'll get to Dune. But I'm not anticipating finishing Reaper at the Gates by the end of the weekend, so I'll probably finish it in the next reading vlog, and then hopefully be able to start Dune in the next reading vlog as I work on Kingdom of the Wicked. So yeah, that is the update, and I will let you know how much progress in A Reaper at the Gates I make. But yeah, such a good reading week. I will check in later. Good morning. It is Monday, November 30th, and I'm here to wrap up what's probably going to be another short vlog because I already talked about finishing Assassin's Quest. I absolutely adored this, so that was kind of the main priority of the week. I then did start Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, and I am, let's see, 75 pages into Kingdom of the Wicked. And this is the book that follows two twin sisters. One of them is murdered and the other is trying to find her sister's killer and bring them to justice. And then I'm also listening to Reaper at the Gates on audio, and I'm about 20% through that. And so that's basically it. That's the update. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more bookish content and to keep up with my weekly reading vlogs for what I'll be reading in the coming weeks. We're also doing Bookmas, so be sure to subscribe for a ton of end of year content that I will hopefully be able to actually film, edit, and upload. And so thank you so much for watching again, and I'll put my Twitter and Instagram down below. That's where I like to hang out. I will also leave more information below about how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.